Hello and welcome to Blues View. I'm Paul Bradley and I'm joined on the phone now by Birmingham City correspondent Colin Tatham. Hi Colin.
Hello.
Well, we're going to take a look ahead to tonight's game against Man City. Man City, obviously, the FA Cup winners. Birmingham City, the Carling Cup winners. It's a pretty huge game. What team news do you have for Birmingham City?
It's a bit of a mixed bag, brothers. Nikola Zigic is back in the squad for the first time in a long time. He's, of course, not started a game for Blues since Wembley when he got the opening goal against Arsenal in the Carling Cup final. So that's a plus. He likely to be on the bench, though. I don't think he'll start. But of course, he's now an option and a very potentially valuable one for Chris Hughton, not just for tonight, but in the forthcoming weeks. Chris Wood won't be allowed to play under the terms of his loan with Albion. Bose Myhill will, and Wade Elliott's cup tied. And Chris Hughton has indicated there's one or two bumps, bruises and niggles as well. So I think the team will have alterations. There will be changes, but not massive wholesale changes for tonight's tie.
And any chances for any of the youngsters, the younger players?
I think possibly, but I wouldn't say with any certainty. Chris Hughton wouldn't really give much away in that respect, and I think he also doesn't see that it's a game where he can throw in a bunch of teenagers, really, because it's probably a little bit unfair on them as well, given the standard of the opposition. So he's made the point himself that he's now got more of a competitive squad. So when players do come in and players come out, it shouldn't really unduly affect them as much as it may have done in the earlier parts of this season.
Okay, now Birmingham City obviously took the Carling Cup very seriously last year. They went ahead and they won it, and also obviously paid off. Is the Birmingham City approach to the Carling Cup a bit different this season?
Yeah, interesting question, because of course last season, up until the quarterfinals, Alex McLeish obviously more or less played his sort of reserve team. But then obviously beating Villa in the last day got the momentum going and then got people thinking about the final and things just gathered a pace from there. Now, this season in the Championship with all the games and the demands of the Europa League, I mean, obviously, I don't think it would be no skin off Chris Hughton's nose or the club's nose if they did go out of the competition, and especially considering who they're playing. But he did make the point to me that, they would only relinquish the sort of the trophy with a fight, and they want to go into every game to win it, and they will be competitive this evening. But certainly, in the grand scheme of things, with the priority, the Carling Cup does come down the list, because if they could, they would like to get promotion back to the Premier League.
Okay, now moving away from tonight's game against Man City and the Carling Cup. Looking back to the weekend and that 4-1 defeat against Southampton, where do Blues need to improve to get themselves on to a better footing in the Championship? Well,
it was another demoralising away performance at St Andrews. They've won both games, not conceded a goal away from home. The games have tended to follow a very familiar pattern. They've never been outclassed, they've never been outplayed. But they've made bad mistakes and been sloppy in periods that have cost them goals, and that was the case at St Mary's. Blues started very brightly, gave away a penalty. Stephen Caldwell perhaps should have known better to get involved in a grappling match, and then all of a sudden conceded 3 quick goals with 2 passive. And one thing I think that was picked up from that game and other away games, that although Blues' style is now very expansive and they're attacking, they are very loose, they are very open as well, so they are susceptible to the opposition's attacks, and that's something that they have to look at on the road. They've got to tighten up a little bit and play with a bit more oomph, if you like, to make sure that they're not that easy to sort of to be broken down, because at the moment that is the case. Teams are finding it a little bit too easily to get at the defence and get shots on goal and, of course, score goals. But on the flip side, they did create chances again, didn't stick them away, but the damage was done in a sort of mad 23-minute spell in the first half, which is, you can't afford to do that in any game, because you give yourselves a mountain to climb before you've even started, more or less.
Okay, Colin, well, thank you for your thoughts today. And of course, it is that Carling Cup clash against Manchester City tonight, which I'm sure a lot of Birmingham City fans will be looking forward to. From us at Blues View, Goodbye for now, and we'll be back again next week.